What up, everybody? This is Bones DK Golf for the Genesis Invitational Top Picks Breakdown here with Wildman. Wildman, how you doing today?
Doing great, feeling good, out west at the Genesis. Tigers Foundation's hosting, heavy hitters everywhere. Should be exciting. We're feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good. Let's get right into it. You saw my top picks breakdown I posted earlier. It is going to be Dustin Johnson, John Rahm, and Bryson DeChambeau for the 10K. Looking into Dustin Johnson a little more, the guy had three eagles last year in this tournament. I believe a top 10, and he's won here before. Am I correct, Wildman?
Correct. Yeah, just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so I mean, this guy is going to be really hard to fade. He's expensive. I don't think he's going to be high owned, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people are going to try to go balance build this week. So, Dustin Johnson, man, this guy could easily win this tournament this week again. Also, we said it yesterday. John Rahm and Bryson DeChambeau. I'm sticking with my Bryson pick. I like him. I'm going to bet him to win. You convinced me a little bit on John Rahm. What's your take on Rahm?
Yeah, he just seems to be a guy that in the bigger fields tends to play well. And I look at him a lot like we look at DJ last year before DJ really ascended into the form he's in right now. DJ was in a similar spot to this where he's all of a sudden he's just like dropping down the DK pricing ranks. Now he's the fourth highest priced golfer, where he's been the highest priced golfer lately. So he's trending down for no reason whatsoever. Still a top 2-3 player in the world, and a guy that can win on any surface any day. So I like him a lot.
Yeah, you definitely got me on John Rahm. This is a stacked field, like I said, and he definitely could win this tournament. That's a little sneaky pick there. Let's drop down to the 9K range here, starting it with Brooks Koepka, Colin Morikawa, and Adam Scott. Brooks Koepka is extremely interesting. I don't know his course history here, to be honest with you, but this guy is heating up, and this is a big field, so I think he's going to want to show and try to beat these guys.
Yeah, he hasn't played here often. He was 43rd last year, and then there was a 2-year gap between that and a missed cut. So he's definitely not coming in with the course history element. But look, when you look at a guy in the field with heavy hitters, because this looks like a major, right? Like you look at the top of the board, this looks like a major, and he does his best work in the strongest fields. He's coming off a win, which it just doesn't seem anybody's talking about it. He's only $9,700. Like, trust me when I tell you that by the time we reach Augusta in April, which is only a few weeks away, he's not going to be the seventh, eighth, ninth price golfer. He's not going to be under 10K. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that. I can't believe he's under 10K, and I think he could be a really good second guy in here. I mean, if you start DJ Brooks or Bryson Brooks, I mean, you're not going to get that opportunity to have both those guys in the same lineup and also have a lot of money left over to mess with. I think it's about $7,500 left when you do that. So yeah, about $7,200. So that's definitely an option this week. And yeah, he's coming off a win, and he's won. I could see him winning back-to-back tournaments. Colin Morikawa, just because he's an accurate hitter, bomber, I think he's a little underpriced as well. And then Adam Scott. I mean, he's the defending champion here. The guy's in great form. I don't really hear anybody talking about him, and I like him a lot. 10th place at the Farmers, 3 eagles, 17 birdies. Yeah, Adam Scott, major champion, Masters champion as well.
Real quick on Morikawa, we kind of hit on him yesterday in the preview show, but he has changed his putting grip headed into the opening round tomorrow. Keep that in mind. So that can always act up on you. Scott, very simply, defending champ, another runner-up, and another 2 top 11s in the last 4 years. So, I mean, that's 4 top 11s with a win in the last 5 years. Obviously, he likes the course. Speaking of putters, he's a guy who sometimes carries 3 putters to the putting green with him, to the practice green. So you never know what you're going to get, whether he's got like a chimney sweep or like a 36-inch putter. But
Yeah.
That's what you're always going to be dealing with Adam Scott is those 4.5, 5-footers for par. And, is it the week where he cans most of them or not? At this course, he seems to can a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at him hard. I think he could. Honestly, I like Adam Scott a lot this week. As you see, he made the top picks plays there. So let's go down to the $8,000 range where I got Joaquin Neiman and Bubba Watson and Max Homa. So Bubba Watson, I know you have a great take on Bubba Watson, and Andy has good history here. Uh, let's hear a little more on Bubba Watson.
Yeah, I mean the bubble one. We're limited on times, but it's pretty clear. He's got 3 wins at this course in the last 6 years. So there you go, right? And there's also others who correlate this course to Augusta, where he's got 2 wins. So maybe it favors lefties, um, and obviously favors heavy bombers, and he's right at the top of the list as far as bombers go. So
Yeah, he is. And then also, yeah, Max Homa here at $8,200. Good corollary course is the Wells Fargo. He won that last year. I've been playing Max Homa the last couple of weeks. It seems like he's heating up, and he has a pretty good history here, a top 10 here last year. So I'm going to try my best to get Max Homa in the lineup. Also, a seventh at the Pebble Beach. And honestly, he didn't putt too bad last week, but I think he missed a couple easy putts to where he could have easily made a run for the win. So this guy's heating up. $8,200. Um, so let's go down to the $7,000 range where I got Abraham Answer, El Amigo, Carlos Ortiz, and Cam Davis. Who's your favorite out of those three guys, Wildman?
I really like the friend Carlos Ortiz, um, but Cameron Davis is the guy there. I mean, he just is, statistically. I don't think he's. We kind of have a joke that where's Cam Davis on the leaderboard? Just look in the T29 range, and he's always there. But like I said yesterday, when you're thinking about DraftKings golf, especially for those who aren't necessarily that experienced in it, you need birdies. Okay, birdies and bogeys are better than all pars. So he's like the quintessential guy that you're going to get a birdie streak out of. You might make a double bogey or two, but again, those birdie points and those bogey points added together far outweigh par points. So that's where you see value in a guy like this, especially if he can make the cut. He's an aggressive player, and he can really, really pile up the points despite finishing in the T25 to T35 range. Really, really good value there at 7,500 in my opinion.
Yep, I like him a lot there too. I'm going to keep playing him until he lets me down. Also, Carlos Ortiz has incredible history here. Another guy that just seems to be in great form, coming off a fourth place. He won back in November, so not too long ago, and the guy has made every cut since then. So this guy, $7,800. I just think he's going to be priced a little higher. As the year goes on, you're going to see him sneak into the $8,000 range. I don't see why he's priced under Max Homa, to be honest with you. So I really like Ortiz and Homa there for both those guys. And so then we're going to go down to the 6K range here where I got Doug Gim, Matthew Naismith, and Denny McCarthy. Real quick, Wildman, I'm just going to say Denny McCarthy is the exact type of guy that you're talking about, a guy that can make birdies and can string them together. Back in October, he top 10 two tournaments, had 22 birdies and 21 birdies. He's actually coming off 3 missed cuts in a row, but right on the number. And in 2 rounds, he had 9 and 10 birdies and another 10 birdies. So that's on pace for 20 birdies if he does make the cut. He's only $6,300. So if this guy can squeak out a made cut, I believe he's going to get it done for you. A couple streaks and even, possibly an eagle there for you.
Yeah, the putter's his game, So if he's rolling them in, he can pile them up. I totally agree. He's got a 37th here last year, so he's made the cut here. Like you said, his form isn't great, but a guy that can dial in. He's a really, really good par 3 player, which is important here because the par 3s outweigh the par 5s. And he's a good long par 3 player, which is important. So certainly somebody to think about if you want to gamble down here in the 6,300 range. I'd say he's a little undervalued.
Yeah, I could easily see this guy being like $6,800. That's what I like about it. I was messing around with trying to make these builds with a cheap guy, and he just sticks out at $6,300. If you're stuck there, this guy could get it done. I mean, I'm surprised he's $6,300. Do you have any other takes on any other guys in the 6,000 range that I might have left off the list?
No, not really, but I do have my flyer of the week, which I'll wait for you to queue you up. But one thing I want to talk about just a little bit above that in this like 74, 73 range is guys like Hadwin, who again are really good putters. He's like the rich man's Denny McCarthy. You know, President's Cup player. He's contended. He's won on the tour. Um, really low price player. He's made 5 straight here with a top 10 and a couple other top 25s. So he's a guy I'm looking at in the $7,300 range. And when we talk about win equity, I'm a big believer in guys that have proven it. Can you actually win on the PGA Tour? And that's where I sort of differentiate the Hadwins from the let's say the Maverick McNeelys and the Luke Lists and the Sam Burnses and those kinds of guys. I'm looking at win equity, especially in strong fields. And this guy's competed against the best of the best on a national level. So, um, you know.
Yeah, I like Adam Hadwin a lot, actually. That's a good take. I didn't even really look at him, and now I wish I kind of put him on the list. So I like that pick a lot, Wildman. So let's hear it. Let's hear the flyer of the week. Everyone's waiting for it. Who is it?
Flyer of the week. The flyer of the week is 6,400.
All right.
And he's coming in, pardon me, off of 2 in a row with a top 25 here last year at Riviera. That is 2 in a row. He's in good form. He seems to be in that middle of the pack, like Denny McCarthy style, right around the cut line. If he's missing cut lines, it's not by many. And he's been making a lot. He also rates out as a top 10, by my metrics, top 10 POA green putter. So the flyer of the week is Brian Stewart. Brian Stewart at 6,400.
Brian Stewart, all right.
And the one other thing I'll tell you about him is by the metrics I'm running, he's got a positive difference in strokes gained total versus DK points. So he's rating out around 35th in strokes gained total, and he's 23rd in DraftKings points, which means he can get the putter going, he can make some birdies, and he's obviously had success here at Riviera. So a good bet for me, especially with his recent form coming in.
All right, that's the Wildman Flyer of the Week. Thank you for coming on the show, Wildman. We will hopefully win some money this week, and good luck out there.
Pick to win. I gotta go, DJ.
DJ. All right. DJ, not John Rahm. I know you're between John Rahm yesterday.
I think Rahm finishes like T4 and DJ wins it.
All right. I like that pick, and my pick is going to be Bryson DeChambeau to win it. I'm sticking to it. The guy's a bomber. Has a couple eagles here last year, top 5. Bryson DeChambeau for the win at Bones DK Golf.